Hey guys, T2 out here. Welcome back to the Time Preparedness channel. In today's video, we have two new gun laws that I wanted to discuss and give my thoughts and my opinions on them. I want to give a shout out to Kevin Pratt, I believe. It was his idea for one of these, and then, of course, living in a state was the idea for the other one. So before we get started, number one, terrible lighting, I understand. That's what happens when the sun starts setting. You get terrible lighting for shooting video, so I do apologize for that. But, you know, hey, information be put out. So, what gun laws are we talking about? The first one is a constitutional carry in Texas, and the second one is something very similar going on in this state of South Carolina. So, if you haven't heard, a couple weeks ago, by this point in time, Governor Abbott, I believe is his name, passed constitutional carry down in the great state of Texas. Now, what is constitutional carry? It means anyone that is legal to own a firearm is now allowed to either openly or concealed carry that said firearm without any training. So no CWP class or no concealed weapons class. There's no training required. It's if you're legal to buy a firearm, you can now carry said firearm. Now, South Carolina passed a very similar-ish law. The only difference is you have to have a CWP or be taking a CWP class. You can open carry, you can concealed carry, but you have to have the CWP class. So, two sides of the same coin. One allows you to do it without a permit, one allows you to do it with a permit. Let's discuss the idea and the differences between open and concealed carry. I love concealed carry, right? Being able to have a firearm on you when you want it, when you need it, is awesome. But I understand that sometimes it's hard to put the firearm that you want on your person. Whether that be because you're wearing dress pants, whether that be because, you know, you're in your Sunday best, I don't know, females wearing dresses, you know, sometimes it's hard to equip yourself with that firearm for personal self-defense. I get it. That is where open carry comes into play. Open carry, now it's part of your outfit. Now it's an accessory. One of the hardest things to do when you're concealed carrying is not imprint. If you're wearing some pants maybe a little size too tight, or you're wearing, you know, your Sunday best and you got your little suit on, imprinting is very hard not to do. Now, there's no rule that says you can't imprint, but some people are offended by it. With open carry, it's out in the open. It's on your hip, it's on your side, you can wear it across your chest, wherever. It's there. And now it's part of your outfit. Now it's it's like a purse for women or men. You know, hey, nowadays you never know. But it allows you to carry in more situations. Now you don't have to conceal it. Now you don't have to hide it. It's there. Let the world see it, whatever. What I will say is that if I was going to open carry, I would make sure that my holster has a lock of some sort. Because I would hate for somebody to run up behind me who doesn't like firearms and take my gun out of my holster because I'm open carrying. Concealed carry, they're not going to do that. Let's discuss constitutional carry versus what South Carolina just passed. Constitutional carry. As long as you are legally allowed to buy a firearm, you're not a felon, and you are above the age of 21, you are legally allowed to carry it. But what are my thoughts? What are my opinions on it? I'm middle of the road. I'm 50%. I prefer South Carolina's version than I do Texas's version. Now listen, I'm all for 2A, I'm all for self-defense, I'm all for firearms rights. But if you're telling me that you cannot take an 8-hour class, or that you cannot pay, $75, $50 to $75 to $100 for a concealed weapons class, then you probably shouldn't have the gun in the first place. You shouldn't have the firearm. That 8-hour class, though it doesn't really teach you all that much. It does teach you some stuff, depending on which state you're in and how much you actually pay attention. And at least right now, I know that if you are in the state of South Carolina, concealing or open carrying, you at least have a 8-hour course on how to operate that firearm. First thing that I wanted to do when I turned 21 was buy a pistol and drink a beer. Now, I've had years of experience behind a firearm at that point. There are some people out here who will never have years of experience behind a firearm. Now, if they turn 21 in Texas, they are not only legally allowed to buy one, but now they are legally allowed to carry it and put themselves in life and death situations. Now, I am all for you protecting yourself, you protecting other people. That is where I agree with the constitutional carry. You have an inherent right of self-defense, and you have an inherent right to defend others. Which means if you have a firearm on you, whether you're legally allowed to carry it or not, you have a right of defense and defense of others. But if you're telling me that you cannot afford a $75 course, my next question to you is, how the hell are you affording ammo? How did you buy the gun in the first place? Because guns ain't cheap, ammo ain't cheap, so you can't afford a $75 course and 8 hours of your time, but you can buy the ammo? You can buy the firearm? What that tells me is if you can't afford that $75 course, you probably can't afford the bullets to shoot. You can't afford the bullets to actually train with said firearm, which means that you have a very limited knowledge behind that weapon. Now, you also have no clue what the legalities are of using that firearm. There's more to using a firearm than just pulling the trigger. You have to know when, where, and actually how to operate it. One problem with concealed carry, one problem with open carry, is the hero complex. Everyone wants to be the good guy that saves the day. Hey, I'm all for it. If you can stop a mass shooting, if you can stop, some dude from robbing some other person, hey, I'm all for it. But the hero complex plays into part. I'm not saying everyone has it. I hope most people never have to use their firearm. But many people who have no knowledge, no training, and no experience have the hero complex. I see it all the time in EMS. You get the new guy working in EMS, and he always wants that big one. He wants the big call so he can save the day, so he can be the hero. He wants the cardiac arrest. He wants the bridge with children in a school bus on fire. He wants to save the day. Your old timers don't even want to move the truck. They said, hey, listen, we've done that before. We're done. We're past that. So with the hero complex, you're going to have a lot of guys who have very little experience behind a weapon, behind a firearm, now carrying. 99% of the time, that's not going to be a problem until you shoot the bad guy and then this dummy shoots you. Because he has no knowledge behind that firearm, he has no knowledge of the legalities, and now you're in a coffin. At least with South Carolina's new rule, new law, it doesn't change the fact that you still have to have the course. Now, again, I get it. You're going to say, well, hell, bad guys don't listen to gun law, so if they're going to carry, so should I. And that is where Texas is coming from. I can agree on that. Don't let a $75 course cost you your life. Let's say you ain't got $75, so you can't carry. Well, now you get in a situation, you're getting carjacked, you're getting mugged, you're getting robbed, whatever, and if only they had opened some sort of open carry or some sort of constitutional carry where you could have defended yourself. Well, now you can't because, there's a $75 course and you can't afford to pay it. Again, I'm 50-50 on this. I think everyone should have some sort of training, whether that is concealed weapons, whether that is a basic firearms course. Doesn't really matter to me. If you're going to put someone else's life on the line, then you should know what you're doing. I like South Carolina's a lot better. At least you go through the course, and then you can now openly carry. Versus Texas, then now anyone, any Tom, Dick, and Harry is going to carry I don't know. You know, we'll see in 5 years if the gun rates go up, if the crime rates go up or go down, then it'll be good or bad. Again, I'm all for you defending yourself, and don't let a $75 course prevent you from doing that. But also, I wish that everyone that owned a firearm actually had some knowledge behind a firearm. No matter how pro-2A you are, no matter how gun rights and anti-government you are, we all know some idiot that should not own a firearm. Well, now in Texas, that idiot not only is allowed to own that firearm, but now they are allowed to carry it. Yeah, those people that are a few fries short of a Happy Meal are now the ones that are going to defend your life. Good luck. All right, guys, so post your ideas, post your comments down below. Do you like South Carolina's, where you can now open carry with a CWP? Or do you prefer Texas's constitutional carry, where you don't even need a permit? Let me know down in the comment section. That's all I got for today. T2 out.